Okay, we're ready to start the second part of Topic 1, Lesson 3, the hydrosphere. This is the slide that we left off on yesterday. Really important to remember, this is the amount of fresh water we have to work with on this earth, okay? So really the only part that we can get to is the underground part and this little sliver here, which makes up lakes, rivers, and the atmosphere. All right, so continuing on. Process. What is a process? It is a series of actions or operations leading toward a particular result. So there are a lot of processes in science. Of course, right now we're talking about the water cycle as a process, since we're talking about the hydrosphere. Salt water. What are the four oceans? Hopefully you learn these 3rd, 4th grade, something like that. Atlantic, Indian, Pacific, and the Arctic. Which one is the largest? The Pacific Ocean is the largest. Watersheds. What is a watershed? It is the land area that supplies water to a river system. What is a divide? It is a ridge of land that separates watersheds. This is a really good example is in your book, Figure 5. You had to actually draw the line as the divide and then draw the arrows to where the water went. So if you remember doing that, that will be on the quiz. So make sure you understand what a divide is and what it looks like. Ponds and lakes. What is the difference between a pond and a lake? Ponds are smaller and shallower. That's the main two differences, I guess. Groundwater. What is groundwater? It is water that fills the cracks and spaces in soil and rock layers. We have more groundwater than in all the Earth's rivers and lakes. And you saw that on that little slice of 3% freshwater pie that we had on the first slide on this particular lesson for the second part. Aquifers. What are aquifers? They are layers of rock that hold water that are below the saturated zone. They can be very small or the area the size of several states, so it can be extremely large also. They provide 55% of the drinking water for the United States. So, of course, aquifers are very important. In rural areas, in other words, out in the country, they provide up to 99% of the water used. So that's really interesting. So make sure you understand how important aquifers are. Salinity. What is salinity? It's the total amount of dissolved salts in a sample of water. Why does evaporation increase salinity? The water leaves as vapor and leaves behind the salt. You might have seen this in the winter when the roads are salted and you can't see the salt when they're wet, but when the water evaporates, you see the white crust that it leaves, so it's left behind the salt. Salt water is denser than fresh water. For example, if you look up somebody floating in the Dead Sea, they will look like, well, not look like, they actually are floating higher in the water because it's more dense. Temperature of the ocean and depth. What happens to the temperature of the ocean as you get farther from the equator? Obviously, the temperature drops. You're getting closer to the poles. What is the average depth of the ocean? The average depth is 3.8 kilometers. which is about 2.36 miles. It's more than twice as deep as the Grand Canyon. And don't forget, that's the average depth of the ocean. And the last slide, on page 32, there's a diagram of all the ocean features, and it also contains the definitions down below of each of these features. This will be on the quiz. You will have to know the features and their definitions, so make sure you know them. These are the different features that you will have to know the definitions of. They are in the book. They're not that hard, so if you want to put them in your notes, it might be a good idea. So that is all of Topic 1, Lesson 3, the hydrosphere. Your quiz is set up to be, I think, next Wednesday, so keep that in mind.